Hello, everybody, and welcome to the World Football Alliance Game of the Week action here from Tulsa, Oklahoma, as the Green Bay Wolfpack are set to take on the Oklahoma Regulators. I'm Jack Brown alongside Liam Hammer for tonight's WFA midweek action.
It's going to be a good game. We got a nice cold 32 degrees here in Tulsa. I'm wearing no coat because I'm not in Tulsa, but I'm looking forward to this game. It's going to be good.
Oh, come on. You got to immerse yourself. You got to be in the town where you are. But of course,
I grew up in Tulsa.
Ah, true. But for these two teams right here, I mean, the competition could not be hotter. These are the two leaders of their respective divisions out in the Pacific. Oklahoma has really surprised people and has come on well. Meanwhile, with Green Bay, I mean, hey, they've always been one of the top teams of the WFA, and they've not missed a beat this season.
Yeah, Jake has that passing offense just as good as it was last season. They're cutting through the opponents like a hot knife through butter so far. Nathan Peterman, once again, looking like an MVP candidate.
Meanwhile, of course, Oklahoma coming out with the top pass defense in the league, so it should be an interesting clash of the air. We are moments away from kickoff here in Tulsa.
Oklahoma has those nice patriotic uniforms going on with the red, white, and blue.
Yeah, they let the veterans come in for free today. As the kickoff goes away, taken at the 5, past the 10, past the 20, up to the 25-yard line. That's where he's going to be tackled. And Nate Peterman Jr. is going to lead out his offense for the first drive of the day.
Peterman already over 2,000 yards in the season through just 5 weeks. It's ridiculous. 2,000 yards, 18 touchdowns, but 32 sacks. So if this Oklahoma defense can get in the backfield, it might pose a problem.
Just might indeed. Peterman going under center. Peterman, short drop, throws over to the sideline, and that one was nearly picked off by Oklahoma. Very dangerous throw to start the game from Nathan Peterman.
That's what you're going to get with Nathan Peterman. He's a gunslinger, and he has 8 picks. He led this league in interceptions last season. He's going to throw his picks, but you're just hoping that he hits one of those deep posts to Holmes or Fitzgerald or Taylor to make up for it.
That was Eric Fisher who nearly got the pick there. 2nd down and 10. Peterman once again under center. Peterman, short drop. Very dense pocket, throws over the middle, and that one's going to be caught over the middle and nearly for a first down. Catch made by Max Padilla, the tight end.
I thought that could have been a spotted first down, but apparently the referees disagree with me. I'm interested to see how Fitzgerald lines up against the secondary. I think he was a good matchup. He's a big body target. It's going to be helpful here on these third downs.
Short drop from Peterman. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle to Finn James, and Finn James gets stuffed well behind the line. Going to make it 4th and 2. And the Regulators defense, sure, they had one play through the air, but they showed that their ground defense is just as good.
Finn James, obviously best running back in the league, bar none, hands down. Had 69 yards rushing last season, which is quite nice. Hopefully he can replicate those stats again this year.
Did quite a nice job, we all gotta say, as the punt is away, taken at the 35 up to the 37-yard line. And now the Regulators get their first chance to move the ball up the field.
I'm sure we'll see a healthy dose of Jaga Bettis on this first drive. Green Bay's defense, their run defense, has actually been excellent this season. So it's going to be interesting to see what version of Jaga we see tonight.
Well, they're not going to start the game with Jaga, as it's going to be an empty backfield look for Darnell Fisher. Deep drop, moving up in the pocket, throws over the middle. That one's going to be caught over the middle for a nice gain down to the 46-yard line. And that's going to make a first down and even crosses them over the midfield stripe.
This passing offense is not something you want to take for granted or underestimate, as I learned firsthand back a couple weeks ago. This team can move the ball through the air just as well as anyone in the league.
Handoff right up the middle to Jaga Bettis, and Bettis carries the ball for about 4 yards, going to make it 2nd and 5. And that was just a nice run. Not exactly highlight worthy, but it's exactly what you want if you're the coach.
Interesting kind of storyline tonight is you got Darnell Fisher kind of playing for a job because owner Scott Stover brought in a new quarterback this last week, and might be replacing Fisher if he doesn't have a good game tonight.
Deep drop for Fisher. Fisher goes towards the end zone, and it's going to be caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Regulators. Well, if there's any way that he's going to keep his job, a nice flashy throw like that to Anthony Jackson, I think that'll do the trick.
Third touchdown of the year for Anthony Jackson. Just burned the corner there. Looked like that corner was expecting something shallow. Beat him over the top. The safety couldn't get there. Touchdown, the Regulators.
It's exactly what you want to see in a situation like this. Just exploit the fact that the defense was playing it short, playing it up to the line. The Regulators made the Wolfpack pay. Now, barring the extra point, it's going to be 7-0 in favor of Oklahoma.
That's one thing to watch with this Green Bay defense. They have a good scheme. They play kind of conservative, but when they have to line up man to man, these corners can't match up really with the Regulators' big-bodied receivers. Eddie Lynch is not going to win that battle against Anthony Jackson.
So after the great throw to Anthony Jackson, it's 7-0 in favor of the Oklahoma Regulators with about 6:47 remaining here in the first quarter. You're watching the WFA on Twitch. Game of the week action. Kick is away from the Regulators, going to be fielded at about the 2-yard line, taking up past the 10, up past the 20, got some room to the outside. Not going to get anything more out of it. 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line.
It's going to be interesting to see if they hit this over-under 37.5. It may have been set a little low, considering how that first drive for the Regulators went, but we do have two teams that are top 5 in overall defense as well, so it could go either way.
Under center is Peterman. 2 wide, 1 in the backfield. Short drop for Peterman. Throws over the middle, and that was a very risky throw. Gain of 8 on the play, however, so I guess it paid off.
It's risky throwing against these good linebackers for the Regulators is one of their strong points of their defense. It's going to end up in a pick if they keep attacking the middle of the field there.
Larry Brothers was the man who picked that off, who received that, I'm sorry. 2nd and 2 now. Handoff right up the middle. It's going to be a massive loss of 3 yards. Finn James, once again, getting stuffed by that Oklahoma Regulators defensive line.
They keep trying to do this little delay to Finn James. It's not where he does best. He's not really a scat back. He's not explosive necessarily. You need to get him a lead blocker and give him a lane, and he can make something happen. But that's not a good spot for him to be running.
3rd and 5. Peterman making some adjustments to the line. 2 wide to the bottom, 1 wide to the top of your screen. Deep drop from Peterman. Moving up the pocket. Doesn't have a lot of time. Throws is going to be caught. Taken down to the 45-yard line. What a great job by Nate Peterman to just avoid pressure and get the throw off to Larry Brothers.
That was beautiful. He found the perfect soft spot in the zone. That is exactly what you want. And the little tight end wheel route there. That's what the Wolfpack need. They need to get some momentum. They need to get some passing offense that's not just that deep post. Something that they can rely on a little bit more to make these regular defenders cheat up a little bit, and then they'll have some room over the top.
Across the midfield stripe now are the Wolfpack at the 45. Deep drop back for Nate Peterman. Peterman throws a laser over the middle, but it's not going to go. Pass is intended for number 80. I think that was once again, that was Tyler Holmes.
Tyler Holmes has been a huge part of this passing offense this season, obviously with his 673 yards receiving already. But I don't know if he's going to have that much success over the middle. Like I said, Regulators do a very good job covering that middle crossing pattern.
Short drop from Peterman, and that one was nearly picked off, and that one could have gone right back to the house. This Regulators pass defense has been suffocating the Wolfpack throughout this entire game so far. Really, Peterman's only been able to get off like 1 or 2 good passes.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the story of the game. I mean, Regulators, obviously, as we've said, they're the league's best passing defense, only giving up 188 yards through the air, which is just absolutely absurd. This team is no joke when it comes to defense.
Going to be another deep drop from Peterman. Has not a lot of time, but he gets the throw off. And it's a good catch, too, but not enough. Going to be bringing up 4th down and 2. Catch was made by Walter Fox.
The Regulators did a good job that drive, keeping the play in front of him. Even that one play to Larry Brothers where MPJ rolled out and hit him, they kept it in front of them, and that's important with the Regulators for this game.
Oh, there's a penalty. We're going to have to see what that is. Seemed to be on the line. And it looks to me it's going to be on the Regulators and the Wolfpack. Oh, if there's ever been more good luck bestowed upon a team within 30 seconds, I can't think of it right now.
That's a back-breaking penalty for the Regulators. You get the stop, and then you hand it right back to them. You can't be giving this offense extra possessions.
Yeah, you know, the Wolfpack, they're a team that thrives when given second chances. And the Regulators gave them just that. Deep drop from Peterman, short throw, and what a way to just throw it to him in rhythm. And he was able to get it off. Tyler Holmes, once again, with the grab.
The Regulators' defense is honestly playing solid even on this drive. They're giving up the underneath routes, they're giving up the crossing, they're giving up the outs. But we haven't seen MPJ try to test them deep yet. And that's interesting because we all know how this Wolfpack offense likes to go deep.
Short drop and it's going to be thrown over to Finn James, and James muscles his way forward for the first down. Nice job for him. And, you know, you mentioned that, Liam, but there are a lot of times where I think Nate Peterman wants to go deep. You see him with those really deep drops. You mostly see deep throws out of that, but just that Regulators defense has been suffocating deep.
They're prepared for it. They're playing back. They're playing the cover 3, cover 4, and they're making MPJ beat them underneath. They're going to give up these 5-7 yard passes, but they don't want to give up those deep bombs.
Another throw over to Finn James, and James making himself into quite the receiving back these last 2 plays. Already getting about 15 yards off of 2 receptions.
James is a little bit of an underrated back. I do believe he has bulldozer or workhorse. Oh, battering ram. There it is. It was one of his animations. And obviously, that comes into play right there on those little wheel routes. He just bowls over those cornerbacks.
Yeah, battering ram. It's unprecedented how great that can be, but it didn't help him there as the toss out to him makes him lose 3 yards. Oftentimes, you'll see teams try to employ these toss plays as a little bit of deception when a team's coming in with a very heavy pinch defense. But that time, Oklahoma was able to pick up on the pitch, and they just ran out and smacked him down.
I'm a little surprised at how much Green Bay's been running it early in this game. Getting away from what they do best is not usually a recipe for success.
Thrown over, and oh, another dangerous throw from Peterman. If that one was picked off, that one would have most certainly had been going the other way for a touchdown. And Ty Newsome nearly with the pick 6.
Man, that was close. That's, I think, maybe the third almost interception Peterman's thrown this drive. One of these times, they're going to come down with it. If he keeps throwing into traffic like this, one of these Regulators defenses is going to get their hands on it.
So now T.T. McGee going to have to come out for his first field goal attempt of the day.
He's been perfect this season outside of Jake's favorite game of the year against the Ghosts.
Let's see if they can replicate that for the Regulators. No, they will not. And the 30-yard field goal is going to be good. Green Bay scores on this drive right after, but unfortunately for them, it's only 3 points.
You're going to have to keep pace with the Regulators offense. I mean, we've seen them put up 40 points in a game before, and we know Green Bay is capable of doing that too. It's going to really come down to who lands those big plays, who gets those, the big bomb, the big interception, the big return. So far, all those big plays have been going to the Regulators.
So far, They also took a good chunk of time off the clock, too. When they started the drive, they had 8 minutes, but now we're down to 4:40 as the Regulators going to take it up to the 22-yard line. The Wolfpack did a good job, though. If clock control is the name of their game, if their defense can hold up, they might be able to squeak this one out.
Yeah, their defense has been, we've been talking about the Regulators' defense. Their defense has been excellent as well. I mean, they have the second best pass defense in the league. They have the league's best run defense in the league. There's nothing to sneeze at when it comes to this defensive group either.
And it's going to be a free play for the Regulators. Going to throw underneath over the middle. Going to be caught for around 9 yards. And honestly, this is kind of one of those moments where you debate. Do you just take the yards or do you take the penalty?
I take the yards in this one. It's almost a first down anyways.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. 2nd and 1 off the McCall reception. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 1 for the Regulators.
One guy that's going to be interesting to watch in this game is the tight end, Cooper Stover. He's the team's leading receiver. Had a huge game against San Diego a couple weeks back. And him working against the safety, especially Charles Fontaine, that's going to be a very, very interesting matchup.
2nd and 1, handoff to the inside. And Jaga Bettis nearly sheds the tackle. Could have gotten the first down, but ends up losing 2 yards. Pringley on the tackle.
Wolfpack shipped out one of their defensive ends, Nathan Molineux, last week. So Pringley coming in, getting some playing time. And that's how you make an impression on the coaches there. Big tackle.
3rd and 3 for the Regulators. Split back is their look. Short drop. Throws over the middle. Caught. Nice job. 42-yard lines where they're going to mark it down. And once again, that is Abdul Moss with his first reception of the day.
Looked like the Wolfpack were expecting a run there. They brought the blitz from the linebackers, leaving the center of the field wide open. And Jedediah Fowler and Abdul Moss is not a good matchup. These Wolfpack corners don't man up very well. They're great zone defenders, but whenever they're asked to man up, it's a little bit dicey.
1st and 10, balls on the 42. Empty backfield look for the Regulators. They can be dangerous when they come out like this. Short throw. There was a bit of a confusion there. It seemed like he was trying to throw it to 2 receivers at the same time. Stover ended up getting his hands on it and dropped it.
Yeah, it looked like he rushed that route just a little bit. Maybe Fisher got a little happy feet or something. Seen a couple ghosts. I'm not exactly sure. It hasn't been under much pressure, but he threw that one into traffic, almost picked.
And I mean, hey, if he was seeing ghosts, then maybe we should get out those paranormal activity hunters into the stadium. You can never be too sure around here. 2nd and 10, it's going to be a rollout. Going to be caught. What a grab to keep it in bounds, especially after a rollout where it seemed that Fisher had just lost all pace.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to rule him out. I don't think he got the second foot down, but Darnell Fisher showing his mobility once again. That's where he does best. When you get him moving in the pocket, he can be dangerous.
3rd down and 10. They converted another 3rd down on the previous set of downs. Fisher looking around, going to go deep towards the side, and yes, caught down to the 30, past the 25, down to the 22-yard line. And Abdul Moss, his 2nd catch of the day. And, well, this Regulators receiving core going up to Green Bay and showing them how to play an air raid style of football.
What a route there from Abdul Moss. He had everyone beat. Once again, they're attacking Eddie Lynch on that left side of the field. That's the matchup they want. They feel like they can exploit that, and so far they have.
7-3, and Fisher is going to be throwing the ball just as he was hit. Barely able to get it off in time. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Fisher's been hit a good amount this season, 23 sacks. More than you want your quarterback to get hit, especially a mobile quarterback. Green Bay hasn't been excellent when it comes to pass rush. But I think they're going to need a little bit more to put some pressure on Fisher and force him into some bad throws.
Fisher coming out in the shotgun. 2nd and 10, balls in the 22. Handoff right up the middle to Jaga Bettis. And Bettis, they're going to say he got right back up to the line and not a single yard more.
So far, this Green Bay defense has shut down Jagai, which is a key to winning. We talked about before we went on air. If they can shut him down and force Fisher to throw, that's where they want to be. I still think Fisher has the ability to beat him through the air, as he's shown already, but that's a better matchup for them.
Deep throw goes to the end zone. That was going to be up in the air. Picked off. What a grab off the tip drill. And Green Bay's going to get it right back at their own 20-yard line. What a pick there by Robert Lee.
That was the generic dime corner right there. Once again, they're going for Cooper Stover against Charles Fontaine, and this time Fontaine wins the battle. It looks like the pass was maybe a little bit behind him, maybe a little bit out in front or a little bit higher, and Stover can out-muscle him, but nice tip drill there from the Wolfpack, and that's the break they needed.
1st and 10, balls on their own 20, 3 wide to the top of your screen. Peterman goes over the middle and right into the heart of the coverage, but is able to make it work with his laser arm. Catch was made by Larry Brothers, the tight end, once more.
What a play from Larry Brothers. He's so good in traffic. I mean, his frame, 6'7". He's a huge body tight end. It's hard to miss him, especially in the middle of the field, and that's exactly what you need.
1st and 10, and the Wolfpack are moving the ball after the pick. Deep drop from Peterman. Going to have to end up with a short throw again. It's going to be... Oh, they're saying he got that in bounds.
Wow.
That looked a little sus, not going to lie.
Yeah, he didn't look inbounds to me, and full time. There's the challenge from Scott Stover there. I was going to say, he looked like he was sitting on the bench when he got that ball.
Well, we'll get a second look. It's 2 feet to get the ball inbounds here in the WFA, so let's see what they have to say. Runs a nice crisp out route. Gonna be caught. I looked like that heel was out of bounds.
The question is, did he bring his toe down before his heel?
And the call's going to stand. So R62 said that he did get the toes down before the heels came down, and the play's going to stand 2nd and 3.
Well, Tyler toe tap proving us wrong right there. Getting a nice little play, but like we said before, these little out routes aren't going to sustain him the whole game. When you throw as much as the Wolfpack do, you need to get chunk plays. You can't afford to get 4 or 5 yard out routes every single play.
Short drop from Peterman, going to throw to the sideline again. And, well, if there was any doubt about the last one being inbounds, Tyler Holmes, he had about an extra yard and a half to spare.
Yeah, Tyler Holmes, this is exactly where he works. These outs and these short passing routes, he's just been eating teams up the last 2 seasons.
First and 10, balls in the 43. Deep drop from Peterman, has nowhere to go, and he's going to be sacked.
Peterman's had a rough year. He's been hit more than any other quarterback, 32 times this season, which comes out to 6.5 per game. He's on pace for 76 sacks this season, which is just ridiculous. You got to protect him better, or he's going to go down. He's going to get injured, and then Jake's going to be sad and cry.
Yeah, they're going to have to put in Wilbur Riley, and like, who even is that man? Does anyone know who that man is?
I don't.
See, my point exactly. Nate Peterman goes for his first deep shot of the day, or second one, and it's going to be good. Cross the midfield stripe. Makes up for the sack and a hell of a lot more to Colin Taylor.
Nice corner route from Colin Taylor. That's exactly the kind of passes you need. The windows against the Regulators are small windows. They don't get beat very often, but Nathan Peterman did a good job fitting that one in there, and nice first down.
Short drop, throws over the middle. Once again, it's going to be caught. Nice gain of 5. Green Bay really working the routes underneath, which is, again, this is not what you usually see from a team like Green Bay.
No, usually you see a lot more of the deep posts, those corners, but Regulars, Oklahoma's done a good job so far is taking those away and forcing them to dink and dunk down the field.
Should be the final play of the first quarter. Peterman, deep drop, moving up the pocket, and he's once again going down for the sack. Couldn't find anything deep, and he's going to go down on his Batuski to end the first quarter.
Well, that was a great play there from the Regulators front. When you pass as much as the Wolfpack, it's hard on these offensive linemen. O-line, they love run blocking. They love powering guys down, pushing them into the dirt. Pass blocking every single play is exhausting. And when you got a defensive front like the Regulators, you're going to get sacked a good amount of times. And I think that's the third one on the day.
So after one quarter of play, the Regulators are up on top of the Wolfpack, 7-3. You're watching the WFA on Twitch. 3rd and 11 after the sack. Very deep drop from Peterman, going to throw to the sideline, and that one's going to work out for him. Caught in bounds by Jefferson Fitzgerald Jr. Once again, it's another one of those cases of, for how much he could have lost, could you really consider that as much of a gain as, as it was?
Not really, especially without this offensive line's going. That's a big risk to drop back that far. And you put Nate Peterman, a lot of Nate Peterman's shoulders to avoid a rusher and then throw it, and a lot of times those get picked off.
It's another very deep drop from Peterman. It's going to be a long throw to the end zone. Caught! Was that in bounds? Yes, it was! Touchdown! Green Bay Wolfpack!
There's that patented post route we've been waiting for. Tyler Holmes beat the corner. Amazing use of his body to shield the body, kind of like you're going up for a basketball rebound there to catch that for a touchdown. Great play, great execution from the Wolfpack.
What a grab and what a touchdown. Now TT McGee out to attempt the extra point. This will put him up 10-7. But as we all know in this game, nothing is guaranteed in terms of PATs, but that one is guaranteed. 10-7 in favor of the Wolfpack. And after looking like they were down and out in just 2 plays, they went from being 3rd and 11 to being up by 3.
That's what you get with the Wolfpack. They're an electric offense. They can score anytime, no matter where they're in the field. And that's what makes them dangerous, is they could be down 20-0, and they're very much in that game because 3 plays to Colin Taylor, and they're back in it, as we've just seen.
Received it around the 3-yard line, taking a pass to 10, past the 20, trying to run to the outside, and it's going to be tackled at the 25-yard line. So the Regulators, for the first time today, have to come out playing from behind, although it's only 1 possession, so really not much to panic about.
No, you don't want to panic. Don't want to force anything. Fisher, 10 interceptions on the season. He's has a little bit of a reputation to force the issue a little bit. Just take it methodical. Keep getting Jaga involved. Don't give up on the run, and be smart with the football.
Ran right for the this is a yard as a payment.
This Wolfpack defense has done a fantastic job with Bettis today. I mean, he's had nowhere to run. It's not a lack of effort by him. I mean, he's breaking tackles. There's nowhere to go. There's 2nd, 3rd, 4th guys there as soon as he breaks 1 guy.
That's exactly what you want. You want that pressure. As now Fisher hit as he throws. And that one's going to be caught. It ran into the ref there for a second. But nice job to get the ball and hold on to it from Riley School Jr.
What a play from Fisher as he gets hit. Once again, Eddie Lynch getting burned, this time on the crossing route. That's going to be the matchup you're looking at all day long. That's I think every pass, every big pass they've completed today has been against Eddie Lynch.
Under center is going to be Lynch. Oh, it's going to be fumbled! Picked up by the Wolfpack, and they nearly took it the other way. The big boy, the big guy, picked it up from Bettis' fumble, and Riley School Jr. having to make a big play, but not the way that he wanted to.
Looked like Bettis was just a little sloppy with the football there as they tried to get around his guard. He kind of just threw the football in the air as he got hit. What a play from the Wolfpack defense. This is exactly the kind of momentum shifter they need in this one.
So now in basically guaranteed scoring position, barring a turnover, the Wolfpack take to the field once more. Under center is Nathan Peterman Jr. Peterman with another very deep drop. Has all the time in the world, not quite, as a Regulator defensive lineman just barreled through that offensive line and takes Peterman down. I think that was Fuller on the sack.
Alexander Fuller is going to get the credit for that sack, but that credit goes to that defensive back. Peterman had nowhere to throw that, and that's what caused that sack.
2nd and 16. After the sack, there's going to be another moderate drop from Peterman. Throws over the middle, and it's caught in the end zone. Nobody there. Touchdown, Green Bay Wolfpack.
Jefferson Fitzgerald, that is how you run a route right there. Nobody had anything on him. Just burned the corner. Safety didn't even see him get by him until the ball was in the air. What a route. All of a sudden, Wolfpack was 17 unanswered.
Yeah, when it looked like they were going to be struggling all game long, now they're up by 2 possessions.
Yeah, this Wolfpack offense is definitely finding the weak points against the Regulators. This receiving core is just the best in the league, bar none right now, and they're showing it. These big-bodied receivers are having their way with the corners.
After the extra point, 17-7 in favor of the Green Bay Wolfpack. And, I mean, really, again, like we were talking about this, the instantaneous swing that we've seen from this Wolfpack team from looking like they weren't going to do anything, and now they're up by 10 points.
Yeah, that's what you get with this team is hot and cold, hot and cold. If you're a regular fan, don't turn off the TV just yet. Green Bay will throw picks, and they will make mistakes to make it closer. So that's the saving grace you have, is no matter how hot they can get just as cold just as quickly.
So the Regulators are looking to throw some water onto the fire that the Wolfpack have ignited on their end of the ball. First and 10, Fisher under center has got a lot of time to throw the ball, but he's going to be sacked once again. It seemed to be that there was someone who was supposed to block that man, but he just wasn't there. 2nd down and 17 after the sack by Josh Miller.
Joshua Miller, he had an amazing playoff run last season. Now he's starting to show up in the regular season this season. This is the exact game that the Wolfpack were hoping for defensively. Stop at us and make them throw. That's where this defense excels. And so far they've done it just how they drew it up.
2nd and 17. Fisher's got a lot of time in the pocket. Still not enough. It sheds a tackler. It's not going to shed 2. 3rd down and 26 from their own 13.
Well, you can't go back much further than that. It's 3rd and 26 is a little bit of a ways to pick up now. This Wolfpack defensive line is just eating right now. Maybe we'll see Fisher get pulled before halftime at this rate.
17-7, 3rd and 26. Still got a lot of time moving around in the pocket. Gonna take a run for himself. No good. And the Green Bay defensive line, I mean, if there was any team that I think has, over the course of just about a minute, made a candidate for themselves for Player of the Week, it has to be that entire Green Bay defensive line.
That's for sure. And this defensive line hasn't really shown up for most of the season. That's been one of the weak points. And all of a sudden, here they are. They trade away their star player on defensive line, and everyone else is playing better. Maybe they're playing for that contract that they just traded away. But this defense is putting their offense in the perfect position to run away with this one.
And better yet, for Nathan Peterman Jr., he's going to start on his own side of the field, or on, well, the Oklahoma Regulator side of the field, starting this drive at the 43.
This is a huge drive from the Regulators. You can't allow the Wolfpack to get up by this much this early. You can't allow them to get rolling this quick.
It'll be a nice throw over the middle, and the intended target It seemed to just bounce right off his chest, fall to the ground, and complete.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking to where he was running before he caught that ball. Rough drop when he's wide open.
2nd and 10.
That was Larry Brothers, the intended target on the play. Under center is Nathan Peterman Jr., Oklahoma, making some adjustments on the line. Shifting up their defense. Short drop, short throw. It's going to be tipped up and nearly caught. 3rd and 10 after the little tip drill.
Noah Underhill had a chance to turn the tide right there. He couldn't come down with it. That's the 4th drop pick from this Regulators team. They got to catch these. They cannot afford to be giving Wolfpack second chances.
3rd down and 10. Peterman making another deep drop, moves up in the pocket, throws over the middle, and that one was nearly picked off. And the Green Bay offense took what was a golden opportunity for them, and they just seem to have wasted it.
What a stand there from the Regulators defense. That's exactly what they needed. They get the ball back, and then they go down and score. They need to make this a one-possession game going into halftime.
However, for the Wolfpack, this should be a good coffin corner punt opportunity.
Green Bay's punters have struggled mightily this season. Let's see what happens.
Oh, that one was nearly blocked, though. It's going to be fielded at the 14. Oh, how many net yards did they gain out of that?
I think that was about 20.
I mean, hey, 20 is greater than 0, right?
That is true. That is true.
See, what?
Go ahead, Jack.
they don't let slouches into academia is all that I can say.
You're very much right there. Jake might do better coming down from the owner's box and punting it himself.
Deep drop from Fisher. The deep drop results in a short throw. And it's going to be a nice gain of 5. 2nd and 5 now for the Regulators. Catch is made by the tight end, Cooper Stover.
He might do better even with that bum knee.
2nd and 4. Ball at 23 yards.
Second and 5. Going to be another deep drop from Fisher, moving up in the pocket, throws it over to Jaga Bettis. And Bettis, with a nice little desperation short throw, able to turn it into a decent gain. 3rd down and 3.
Bettis is not having a good game so far today. He just can't seem to. He doesn't seem to have that same wiggle that he usually does. He seems a little stuck in mud so far in this one.
3rd and 3. Short drop from Fisher. Going to throw over the middle, and that one was tipped away. Thrown right into the heart of the coverage. Abdul Moss was the intended target. He's already had a couple big gains, but that one was not going to be one of them. And it's going to bring out the punting unit.
Good defense there from Charles Fontaine, the safety coming down. Obviously, they're spotlighting the linebacker who did basically nothing on that play, but the safety there, nice hit to knock that one loose and force the 4th down.
Hey, look, you know, he stumbled backwards, and it looked kind of funny. You know, the game had to highlight that.
It's true. We appreciate comedy here in the WFA.
That we do. 4th and 3 now. Snap thrower needs to be nearly blocked. The punt blocking was just downright awful that play. And it's going to be taken across the 40 up to the 42-yard line. Going to bring up 1st and 10. And well, now the game's kind of seemed to settle a little bit back more into a standard rhythm. Nothing too crazy has been happening from either team.
Yeah, this team's starting to settle down a little bit, but you know, with the Wolfpack, you know, snap of your fingers and that could change all in a moment as they're lined up here. It looks like Brothers is flexed.
That's going to be a handoff right up the middle to James Finn. Finn getting swarmed by the Regulators defense, sent back a few yards, but thanks to forward progress, gains 2.
well, James Finn, as you like to call him,
Second and 8.
is not, once again, like I said, he does best with the lead blocker. Putting him back there, trying to force him to make a man miss is not where he's going to excel.
Look, sometimes like to flip things around here as they like to flip over Nathan Peterman Jr. All the pressure as Nathan Peterman himself is just barely able to get it off.
Well, Brown Jack, I appreciate flipping things around.
All right, Hammer Liam.
This is going to go down a bad rabbit hole right here.
That it is. 3rd and 8 for the Wolfpack. Deep drop from Nathan Peterman. Throws over to the sideline. Going to be caught. They're going to say he was inbounds, but it doesn't really matter. Nowhere near enough from the reception from Jefferson Fitzgerald.
Well, speaking of flipping things around, this Regulators defense is flipping around the script a little bit after some early struggles. The started game strong and struggled, and then now they're settling back down and really clamping down on these deep routes from Green Bay.
Now out comes the punting unit. Kurt Black. Nice high punt. It's going to be fair caught at the 29-yard line. Or 24. Sorry, I get things off by about 5 yards on the regular. And now the Regulators are going to have to come out, and they're going to have to see what they can do.
I couldn't agree with you more, Zach. You're 100% correct right there.
1st and 10 from 25 yards.
1st and 10, balls on their own 24-yard line. It's going to be a nice deep drop from Fisher. Fisher going to the corner. That one's going to be caught up in the air. And it's going to be taken down at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Regulators.
Riley Skoll coming up big for this Regulators offense. Maybe giving it a little bit of spark to get back going in this one. I'm not actually sure what Crosby was doing, but he was a little late over the top.
1st and 10 from 44 yards.
1st and 10 now. Ball's on the 44. 2 wide, 2 in the backfield. Split back formation for the Regulators. Deep drop from Fisher, able to get it off barely in time, but the linebacker came down for the Wolfpack, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
That could have been picked right there. Looked like Fisher trying to force a little bit. Maybe best just to throw that one away or take the sack there, because that was a little scary.
2nd and 10 for the Regulators. 2 wide to the bottom, 1 wide to the top. Going to be a handoff to Jaga Bettis, and Bettis gains 2 yards on the play over to the 46-yard line. 3rd down and 8.
This run defense for Green Bay has really shown out today. This was their big challenge going into last season. They had a lot of struggles against the run. Tonight, they look absolutely suffocating.
3rd and 8, empty backfield for the Regulators. Going deep is going to be Fisher, but it's not going to end up right. Chris Armstrong, the generic, tried to go up on a Tuesday to get it. Came down on a Wednesday without the ball.
Once again, looked like Fisher maybe underthrew that one a little bit. If he gets a little bit more air into that, maybe he can just keep running, and maybe that's a touchdown.
James is deep to receive.
So now the Regulators had to punt this one away. Miguel Coconut. It's a little bit off. It's going to be the punt is away. It's going to be fielded at around the 19-yard line, up past the 20 to the 21 of the Wolfpack. They're still up by 2 possessions, and their defense is getting the job done in spades.
This is the time for Wolfpack to start capitalizing on offense, but so far this regular defense has been tightening up as well. This is a big drive here. If they can get a score, really maybe crack this game open. We've been saying that for a little bit, but this regular defense is just hanging on and keeping this game just close enough.
Under center is Peterman Jr. Peterman, short drop, going to roll around in the pocket, but he's going to go down for a sack. A lot of sacks we've been seeing in this game so far. The two defensive lines for both teams have really came out tonight.
I think that's the 4th sack of the game for the Regulators. They're just, Nathan Peterman. I'm surprised that for a guy with his frame, he's been able to take this much abuse.
Maybe it's just the increased bone density. Small guys, with the same amount of bone, get a little bit more dense.
True.
2nd and 14. Another deep drop from Peterman. Going to throw over to the sideline. And that one's going to be picked off by the Regulators. That one's going to go right back to the 25-yard line. You were saying earlier, Liam, that the Green Bay Wolfpack were going to throw picks. And it looks like your little prophecy came true.
Well, it's not too hard to prophesy that with a team like the Wolfpack. It's one of those surefire prophecies. When you play the Wolfpack, you just got to hold on, try to not make mistakes, and wait for them to make one. And that's what the Regulators have been doing this last quarter. And here they are in great field position.
That was Noah Underhill with the pick. And a nice job, too, just to bite down on the route. It seemed to be that he kind of sidestepped the receiver. It's kind of like, rule reversal, some would say.
Maybe they heard us talking about all this flipperoo in the booth.
Maybe. Thrown over to the sideline, going to gain 5 on the play. The Regulators, they're kind of playing the short game, but I would honestly use at least one of these next 2 plays and maybe take a shot towards the end zone.
Yeah, I'd like to see that corner against Eddie Lynch again with Anthony Jackson. That's a good matchup for the Regulators. And it looks like he's lined up against Eddie Lynch on this play.
2nd and 5, going to be a handoff to Jaga Bettis, and Bettis gets hit after just a few yards running forward, but he still gains a few yards, makes it 3rd and 3.
Yeah, this Green Bay Wolfpack's been giving Bettis nowhere to go today. Bettis maybe ate too much, maybe he's feeling a little bogged down in his belly, but whatever it is, he just doesn't look quite the same tonight.
Stephen Baltas is the man on the tackle, throws over to the end zone, and that one was nearly caught. Had to dive for it was Anthony Jackson. But that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning, folks. I mean, hey, anything can happen, right? You're watching the WFA on Twitch.
Darnell Fisher having a rough first half so far. Missed that guy. He was wide. That's a touchdown if he's just a little bit yard or two to the left. I think he's feeling that pressure of Jermaine Andrews behind him on the bench. Every single time you make a play like that, we go back to the bench, seeing your possible replacement. I feel like it should light a fire under you, but maybe it's giving him a little bit of nerves.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't help the nerves. It depends on how you process them and how you deal with them.
That's for sure. So far, Fisher seems a little bit rattled in this one. He's going to have to settle down if the Regulars are going to pull this one out, though.
So now with 1:55 remaining in the half, still a lot of time for the Wolfpack to possibly put some more points up on the board. However, they may be entering into one of their signature cold streaks.
That is right. The Wolfpack are... They have something about it. Finn James decides to try to pull Marcus Allen, but I hate to break it to you, Finn. You're not as fast as Marcus Allen. Wolfpack out of this thing about getting up by 10, 14 points and then losing it. You go back to last season against the Crabs, up 14-0. They lost that game by 10. In the Gen Bowl, they were up 14-0, and they lost that one. And so something about the Wolfpack in first quarter leads just don't seem to mesh.
Deep drop from Peterman, throws the sideline. Are they going to say that he was in bounds? No, they are not. 2nd and 10 from the 16. And, I mean, that was a good throw for all intents and purposes. Just a little bit too far. Oh, they're reviewing it. They're reviewing it. Oh, boy, they're reviewing it.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this one come back. It looked like he might have been able to drag his toe. These receivers, that's what they do all day. That's what they're paid for, is that toe dragging. We'll see what the R62 sees under the hood.
It's all toe dragging fun here in the WFA. Looked like he got at least 1 foot in bounds. Is really just determining what that second foot did. And it's going to go to the Wolfpack. The incompletion turns into a massive gain for them. And it's going to be first down and 10 on, I think it's around the 35 it would be.
Not what you wanted from the Regulators. 2 on the day for challenges for Wolfpack. Now the Wolfpack may be getting a little momentum. You'd hate to see them as a Regulator fan, to see them score before halftime, see if the defense can tighten up.
Short drop, throws over to Finn James, and Finn James gets a few yards on top of that. And it's going to be a second down situation for the Wolfpack.
Little dumps are not going to help them in this situation. They need to push the ball downfield, but as we know, that's going to be a risk of yet another NPJ interception.
Well, you got to turned up field, kept it in bounds, and they're going to cross the midfield stripe as a little bit of an extra payment.
This is the scary thing about Green Bay. 2 plays and they're already across already across midfield, and another play they could be in the end zone. You can never let your guard down against this team.
Take it from me, I did one time, and the season 5 divisional game happened.
Second and 10.
Second down and 10.
Jack's still twitching from that game.
That I am. Second and 10, ball on the 49. Deep drop from Nathan Peterman Jr. Looking around, going to throw deep over the middle. That one was going to be caught, but it's incomplete. Larry Brothers, they really like throwing it to him. Too bad he seems a little bit of a hot and cold this game.
Yeah, not his finest game. 2 drops from Larry Brothers, and that's really uncharacteristic for him. He's usually pretty sure-handed, but that safety was all over him, and I don't think you can blame Larry too much.
Third down and 10. Deep drop from Peterman, going to throw it short. That one was nearly picked off. And had he gotten the time to stand up and run for it, Jefferson Fitzgerald may have just gotten himself a first down.
Yet another almost interception from this Regulator squad. I'm sure Scott's pulling his hair out of these. You gotta come down with these ones. And so far, Wolfpack has gotten the lucky bounce on most of these.
So now, out comes Kurt Black.
We'll see if he can bunt it more than 20 yards this time.
Let's see. Will the clock match the yards that he punts it? And actually, no. He'll get a significant chunk more, and it's going to leave the Regulators with enough time for a play, maybe 2.
I wouldn't be surprised here to just see the Regulators hand it off and go into overtime. Or go into, second half. All intents and purposes, good half from the Regulators. Considering the things that went wrong, this deficit could be a lot bigger. And so I think if you're the Regulators, you're happy with only a 7-point deficit right now.
Gonna be a handoff yet to Jaga Bettis, and Bettis, that must have been his biggest run of the day. Gain of 7 on the play, and it's gonna take us to halftime. The Wolfpack are up 17-10 on the Oklahoma Regulators. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are watching the WFA. Hey. Let's take a look at the stats for the first half. And look at those rushing numbers from Green Bay.
Those are some excellent rushing numbers right there. That's not what you want to see. Thing that stands up most to me there is 4 sacks the Regulators have they're getting some pressure on MPJ, making him force throws. Just the bounces have not been going the Regulators' way. That fumble really was a backbreaker along with the interception. They've had a couple plays go the Wolfpack's way. Those flip, and I think this score could be flipped.
A lot of things are being flipped this game tonight. And really one of those, I mean, obviously, if we're going to talk about flips that need to be made in the second half, the biggest thing for the year, they just need to capitalize on the opportunities given to them. Like, it's almost desperate.
Yeah, they do. Their defense has been keeping them in this one, and If their defense wasn't playing as good as they are, this game would be 31-10 at half. So, this offense needs to give their defense a little bit of help. Darnell Fisher needs to settle down a little bit. Jaga Bettis needs to find a little bit more just to take the pressure off of Fisher. This defense is playing well, but you can't ask them to hold the Wolfpack offense down for 4 quarters.
Meanwhile, on the other end for the Wolfpack, they seem to be doing okay, but they had a good streak going throughout like the beginning of the second quarter. They need to at least get to 70% of that for the rest of the game if they want to really hold on and win this, because they know that Oklahoma is going to eventually break something, and they could lose a game if Oklahoma gets some real good stuff going their way.
Yeah, the Wolfpack have had their classic hot and cold disease tonight. They start off cold, then they get hot, then they get cold, and then they seem to end the half hot, and then they hit a cold patch. It's kind of what this Wolfpack offense does, and usually you're betting on them getting more hot streaks than cold streaks, but so far it's been about even. Like you said, it's got to be more 70% if they're going to pull a win out tonight.
I mean, still, these two teams, it's anyone's ball game. It's a 7-point lead for the Wolfpack. But again, anyone can still win this.
That's exactly right. These two teams are tough, and either of these teams can really run away with this in the second half.
So the Regulators get the ball to start the second half. We're moments away from the second half kicking off. TT McGee is going to kick it. And going to be fielded right at the 5, taking it past the 10, past 15, past the 20. And woohoo! Nice hit on number 22 for the Regulators. And that's what they're going to set up at the 22 from number 22. Isn't that funny how things work out?
Serendipity is a great thing, isn't it?
Couldn't agree more. First down and 10, Darnell Fisher in the shotgun. 3 wide to the top, 1 wide to the bottom. 1 man in the backfield alongside. Going to be a nice short throw. That one was nearly something that could have broken away. But it's not really going to work out for him. Jaga Bettis. That was a nice first grab of the half.
Darius Leonard, I think, was on the tackle there, and what an open field tackle from him. Bringing down Jaga Bettis is not an easy task, and he made it look easy.
Second and 10, deep drop from Fisher. Throws across the field. Almost fortunately for him, it seemed to be that he was not able to keep his feet in bounds. Third down and 11. Actually, with that, he probably did and lost a yard.
It looks like they said he did, and that's one of those plays be just better to throw it away. Looks like Fisher just feeling a little rattled. Maybe Stover got in his face a little bit too much and scared him a little bit.
Third and 11, deep drop from Darnell Fisher, goes deep over the middle, and what a grab! A one-handed grab over the middle, right into the nook of the arm, and that's going to be a first down, Regulators.
Of course, just as I comment on Fisher maybe being a little rattled, he makes a great read, great throw, trusting his receiver to make that catch. And that was not an easy catch. He got walloped at the end of that one, but big first down to start off the half.
That was Cooper Stover, who taking a well-deserved break after a catch like that.
He definitely earned that one.
First and 10, handoff to Jaga Bettis right in the middle. Going to gain 2 yards, it looks like. Second and 8. Leonard the third on the tackle.
Only 14 yards for Jag on the first half. We said before the game, he needs to show up for them to win. So far, he hasn't. And they're still in position to win it, but I think he's going to have to be more of a factor the second half.
Going to be a throw over the middle, and it's going to be caught! The 50-50 grab! Darnell Fisher! Back-to-back throws to Cooper Stover, and he's making some magic. He wants to keep his job.
That's Cooper Stover working on a linebacker, Darius Leonard. That's Darius Leonard's a great coverage linebacker, but that is a mismatch. Cooper Stover, one of the best tight ends in the league, and he's a mismatch for everyone on this team, and he's a key to their success in the second half, as we just saw there.
17-10, 3 wide, 2 in the backfield for the Regulators. It's going to be a pitch out to Bettis, and Bettis could not pick up any blockers. He ran around back there, like, where are my blockers? Where are my blockers? And he loses a few on the play. They're going to say it was only a loss of 2.
That actually looked like it was to the fullback, Derek King, trying to give him a couple touches, and he looked just as bad as Bettis tonight.
2nd and 12 for the Regulators. They're ditching the running game. They're saying, screw it, we're going in the air. And in the air they go. That one was nearly picked off over the middle as it was targeted towards Anthony Jackson, but it also seemed to be targeted to about 3 or 4 Wolfpack defenders simultaneously.
Well, Donald Fisher, he had to get rid of that one quick. The offensive line decided to take a play off there, and it looked like they had like about 4 free rushers. You gotta give him some more protection. If you give Fisher protection, he's made good throws tonight, but the protection's been a little bit spotty.
3rd down and 12. Seems to be not too much happening right now.
Number 97 with the sack. He loses 6 yards on the play.
Once again, this Wolfpack defense getting some pressure on Fisher. This time with Bernard Pringley. He's the bronze defensive end that they brought in to help replace Nathan Molyneux. And he comes up with a big sack right there on 3rd down, bring up 4th and 18.
Nice job to punish them. Bring up 4th down. And now, once again, for the Regulators, none other than Tom Bowman going to have to come out and kick a field goal.
I think you're a little bit behind.
1st and 10 from the 08 to 11-yard line.
Well, it looks like my colleague has fallen ill. He got a horrible case of the disconnected internet. It's Colin Taylor up the middle with a catch. 1st down, Green Bay.
Gain of 13 on the play. 1st down away.
So now I will do my best Jack Brown impersonation and impersonation of myself. Can you impersonate yourself? I think so. As I cannot see the game currently. But right now, I'm assuming the Wolfpack are lining up in for a pass with Nathan Peterman under center. Guess the Regulators come down to 4-3 defense. Peterman takes a snap. Nope, I was a little bit ahead. I was trying to guess it. I was a little bit off. But Peterman takes the snap. It was a 4-3 defense. They try to hand it off to Finn James, and he's tackled behind the line. Lost the 3 on the play. Number 97 for the Regulators. Who is that? That's Adam Evans, the defensive tackle. Bringing him down. 2nd and 13 coming up. Regulators line up in a dime look. Single right for the Wolfpack. Nathan Peterman with quads on receivers. He's going to drop back. Deep drop. Step up. Nowhere to go. He's down. Zeba Vaducci. I butchered that name. I'm sorry. But it doesn't matter. He got him for a sack. Number 5 of the day. It brings up 3rd and 21 for the Wolfpack. 3rd and 21 coming up. Wolfpack going to line up in a bunch formation out of single right. Peterman drops back. He's looking to throw across the middle. It's going to be incomplete off the hands of Tyler Holmes.
What an incompletion, I got to say, Liam. And yes, I am back.
He's back, baby.
Oh, you know you missed me.
We missed you so much.
So yeah, I mean, over the middle, it seemed to be everything was right there, but Tyler Holmes just seemed to botch the catching end of things. Yeah.
It looked like, I mean, it's a hard catch. As if you're Tyler Holmes, I keep calling him Taylor. Sorry, you're not a girl. I mean, with trying to catch like with failures of catches like that, I guess you are. But either way, A little bit out ahead of him from Peterman. Got to give him a better throw than that.
Very low snap, and let's see how they are at getting it away. Not at all. Not at all. As the Regulators now get set up at around the 40.
Looking turning into defensive struggle here early on in this game. I thought that over-under was going to get smashed, but now 37.5 doesn't look too bad. I mean, we still have a quarter and a half to play. Lots can happen, but both offenses seem to be a little stuck in mud out of the halftime break.
2 wide of the top, 2 wide of the bottom for the Regulators. Short throw over the middle is going to be another one of those great little one-arm catches from Stover. Actually, no, that's not Stover. That's Riley School Jr.
I don't know why anyone would leave their name School. Nobody likes School. But a good catch nonetheless. Anthony Jackson and him have been a great tandem today.
I mean, hey, you think about it like this. People are, sometimes people are afraid of School. Maybe like someone named School. They're like, oh, no, it's School. As Fisher lobs one deep for the end zone, and that one was also lobbed in the middle of about, I would say, half the population of Green Bay in terms of defensemen.
Yeah, Fisher's pulling the old, taking the bandana off the logo of the Regulators, putting it over his eyes, and just chucking it down the field and saying a prayer, and that's not going to work out, even with a receiver like Stover.
No, much to his chagrin, that's not how things work here. 3rd and 4. Fisher going towards the sidelines, going to be caught. Oh, what a truck! And it's going to be a near second shed tackler, Cooper Stover. Honestly, if Cooper Stover ever wanted to become a running back, he'd probably do better than Jaga Bettis is doing tonight.
I think so. Charles Fontaine just got plastered to the ground. They got to scrape him off with a spatula after that one. Cooper Stover needs to give Jaga some lessons.
Gonna put on a clinic.
That's for sure.
Yeah. 2 out of the top. First and 10. Handoff to Jaga Bettis right up the middle. Jaga Bettis into the end zone for the touchdown. Hearing the trash talk we gave him from the booth, and he decided to prove us wrong.
Oh, isn't that how it goes? I swear these players have the broadcast in their ear. Because it seems like whenever we call them out on something, they've showed up and performed. Big run there from Bettis, and he could have had a bunch more if the end zone wasn't there to stop him.
Oh, the pesky end zone, always standing in the way of running backs. But now, with the extra point, this is going to be a tie ball game here, folks. It's going to be interesting.
Regulators' halftime adjustments seem to have worked. Their adjustments have been throw it to Stover. And that's apparently it's worked so far in this half.
Yeah, you can't knock him for it. 17-all is the current score. We're midway through the 3rd quarter, folks. Anything can happen, and well, as we've proven so far, everything dang near has happened.
Was it Murphy's Law? Anything that can happen will happen? That definitely applies to APF football.
Kick is away, and it's going to be fielded right at about the 5-yard line, taking it past the 10, 15, 20, up to the 24-yard line for the Wolfpack. And now that the ball game's all tied up after a floundering drive last time around, they need to come back, and they need to impress once again.
Yeah, the question is what offense is going to show up? Is it going to be that offense we saw early in the first half of the second, or is it going to be the offense we've seen since then?
Short drop for Peterman, throws over. That one was nearly picked off. Could have been a pick 6 once again.
Too many of these have been going into traffic today. Nathan Peterman is having a little bit of a rough day. Maybe he forgot his contacts at home. I mean, that's the only thing I can think to how he could miss these bright red jerseys from the Regulators.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line.
2nd and 10. We're still deadlocked at 17. Peterman with a very deep drop. Goes over to the sideline. That one's going to be caught. What a grab going up for it. Tyler Holmes. He dropped one earlier, but this time around, he's not going to drop it.
What we said about this Wolfpack offense, they can get hot in a hurry. That little post corner right there tricked the safety in the corner and gave Holmes wide open spaces to catch that one. Nice route, nice throw.
1st and 10 from the home team, 47-yard.
1st and 10. They're across the midfield stripe now on the Regulators' 47. Short drop from Peterman. Another throw over the middle, and that one was another nice play. Thrown in rhythm. It looked like almost that it looked like almost there that Holmes had no one around him, despite the fact that he was sweltered by the Wolfpack, by the Regulators' defense.
It's true. He somehow managed to make himself completely open in the middle of the defense, despite the fact, like you said, everyone was around him.
Deep drop once again from Peterman, going to result in a short throw. Gain of 5. Nice job to pick up the yardage needed down to Oklahoma's 25-yard line with the reception.
It's been whispered in my ear that the over-under is actually incorrect. And being the one who said it, I should have known that. But it's actually a 47.5 over-under. So we haven't quite gotten close to it yet. Plenty of time to go.
Throw over the middle. That one was nearly picked off. I thought that was one of those things where it was live for way longer than it was. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. And for the Wolfpack, it's pretty dang crucial they convert this 3rd down.
Yeah, this slump the Wolfpack's in is a very untimely slump for them. Regulators have been taking advantage, and Wolfpack have been getting all the breaks so far in this one, but that only lasts for so long.
3rd and 5. Deep drop, pump fake, throw over the middle. That one's going to be caught for the 1st down. Caught on the run. That is what you want to see from your guys. And look who made the grab. Finn James.
Mr. Nice himself with the catch there and the 1st down.
Short drop, throws, and that one was, I thought that was tipped for a moment, but no, it was just thrown very short, but it does gain a yard or 2 off of it, so at the end of the day, I think we can consider that a net gain.
What the heck was that route from Colin Taylor? I mean, he basically, sat at he basically didn't even run. He just hiked the ball and stood at the line of scrimmage. I mean, it worked out, but you got to get down the field a little bit more, man.
2nd and 8, deep drop, throws, it's going to be caught for a gain of 5, 3rd and 3. Nice job on the reception there from Fitzgerald.
That was another dangerous throw there, almost got picked off, but Fitzgerald's strong hands managed to pull that one away, and a good catch. 3rd and 3 coming up.
2 wide at the bottom, 1 wide at the top. Short drop, throws the end zone on the under route, and it's going to be up in the air. It's still up. Oh, my goodness. That one could have been taken the other way. Number 54 for the Regulators had just held on and realized, oh, ball's still in air. Me got catch.
Oh, my word. How did they not catch that one? I feel like Scott's going to have a little bit of a talk with Jackson Stover after that one. You got to catch that one, man. I mean, I guess that's, as the old adage says, that's why they're on defense, but still, come on.
Well, the one upside from a play like that for Green Bay is that they will still be able to take the lead with a field goal.
Any lead is a good lead in this league.
Yep, and hey, you know what? If they hold on to this for the rest of the game, they do win.
That is true. It doesn't matter how ugly the game is played, as long as you have more points to the other team.
So now the Wolfpack up on top of the Regulators, 20-17, with 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining on the clock in the 3rd quarter.
Regulators, this is the game that the Regulators were hoping for. A low-ish scoring defensive game. You couldn't draw it up really better for the Regulators to have a shot in this one. And we'll see what Fisher can do to help his team pull this off.
So now Darnell Fisher leading the team out from behind once again. Not too unfamiliar sights for them. 3 wide to the bottom, 1 wide to the top. Nice throw from the shotgun. Gonna be caught by Jaga Bettis, and Bettis sheds a man. Nearly shedded 2. Gain of 5. And hey, you know what? He's been doing well as a receiving back.
He must have heard that. Must have heard us talking about him in the booth, because now he's starting to run over some people. Now he's starting to look like the Jaga we know and love. As long as he's not playing us, but he needs to show up in this half if they're going to have a chance.
Handoff up the middle to Jaga Bettis again, and Jaga Bettis, he's surely got room to run. Gain to the first down and a few yards on top of it, up to the 39-yard line.
The momentum has fully shifted to the Regulators, even though the Wolfpack coming off a 3-point field goal, but it doesn't feel like the Wolfpack are up right now. Regulators are starting to find their groove. They're starting to find their stride. Now that they're getting Jaga going, that's a dangerous place for the Wolfpack to be.
Handoff once again to Bettis right up the middle, and Bettis, he's going to roll forward for about 4 yards, making it 2nd and 6.
Another solid gain, 4 yards. He'll take that any day of the week. That's what he wasn't doing the first half. Only 14 yards rushing the first half. Now he's starting to find his groove, find his feet a little bit.
Handoff to Bettis, the outside. Bettis actually sheds a few men who would have taken him down further behind. Only loses 1, but hey, that's the most impressive 1-yard loss I've ever seen in my life.
That was pretty impressive. Those 2 guys were there about 5 yards in the backfield, had him dead to rights, but Jaga managed to slide out of that one and only get a loss of 1. It's what you need. You need shorter 3rd downs for Darnell Fisher.
Gonna be a little play action. Throws over to the side. It's gonna be caught in bounds. And oh, what a hit!
What a route there for Moss, and that lick he took at the end. Popped right back up out of it. That's gonna get your team hyped after that one. Beautiful play calling. The defense had no clue where he was, and that's exactly the kind of plays that this Regulators team needs right now.
So that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter as we enter into the final term of this ball game. The Green Bay Wolfpack are up on the Oklahoma Regulators 20-17. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is sure to be a barn burner here on the WFA Twitch Network. First and 10 for the Regulators. Short drop, looks over, throws over the middle. That one's going to be caught over the middle, right down to the 15-yard line. Nice job from Cooper Stover, the man who's been really making the bulk of this Regulators offensive production this half, just to get them into the red zone.
I said at the beginning of this game that Cooper Stover against the safeties and this linebacking core is going to be a key matchup. And so far, Cooper Stover is winning this matchup hands down in the second half.
So let's see, deep drop from sideline, caught in bounds, and that's going to be a first down for the Regulators. And Abdul Moss gets them to a 1st and goal ball on the, I think that's about the 5 or the 4 yard line.
All the momentum is in the Regulators' favor right now. they seem to do no wrong. All of a sudden, these players are wide open. I don't know if it's a scheme, or maybe the players playing hard, someone getting tired, but it's working.
Hand off to Jaga Bettis once again. Touchdown, Jaga Bettis. His second touchdown of the game, and it's going to put the Regulators back into the lead.
Here we go. We're getting what a drive here from the Regulators. This is exactly what they need. Some power football. Nice play action earlier in the drive. Nice throw to Stover. Bettis, again, everyone involved. This team is now firing on all cylinders, and the Wolfpack need to get hot in a hurry.
So now, with the extra point pending, they'll be up by 4 points, which, of course, as we all know, the Wolfpack can easily make up for it in about a play or two.
That's right. So far, though, in this half, the Wolfpack have just been a little lost. It's up to Nathan Peterman to rally his troops on the sideline, get some motivational speech going, whatever he needs to do, throw some popcorn in his face, knock a cooler over, whatever he needs to do to motivate this team. He needs to do it now. Get something rolling on this next drive.
Have they tried telling him that there are hot singles in his area? That may work.
You know, you should be a coach there, Jack. I think you could get this team motivated in a heartbeat.
Hey, you know what's... I already am. So, kick return from about the 4-yard line up to the 22-yard line. Green Bay going to set up shop 1st and 10.
Your defense could have used a little motivation last week.
Hey, it wasn't mine. That's the defense that I always use whenever things do not go my way.
It wasn't me.
1st and 10. 1st and 10. Ball on the 22-yard line. Let's see what they can come up with. It's going to be a nice little throw to the outside. They're going to say he was in bounds. Yes, they are. Gain of 5 on the play.
69 yards receiving from Fitzgerald. He's had a nice day today, and he's looking down. And the trade from a couple weeks ago that sent a long-time Wolfpack member Marquez Vick over to San Diego and brought Fitzgerald over from New Haven. He's been making a big impact on this team, and he needs to make a big impact on this drive.
2nd and 5 now. Short drop, throws over the middle. It's going to be nearly intercepted, still in the air, and it's going to fall incomplete.
It's like the 6th drop pick from this Regulators team. They should have about 6 or 7 picks in this game. At the backbreaker as a defensive coordinator to see your defense drop that one. It could have been something that really would have broken the back of this Green Bay offense, but Nathan Peterman got lucky.
4 wide at the top, 1 wide at the bottom. Short drop, throws deep, and that one's going to be picked off for sure. The Regulators, ooh, a little stutter step, taking it down to the 20.
There's that pick. If you go back to the well enough times, it's going to get dry, and that time, Ty Newsome picks him off. Exactly what they need. Try to go for CT Taylor on that. CT15. I call him CT Taylor, which is redundant. CT15 on that post to the corner route, and Ty Newsome read that perfect, picked him off, put Regulators in perfect spot, and this game has swung swung far from where it started this half.
So now with the ball on the 20, the Regulators are in position to go up by 2 scores. Short drop from Fisher, throws over to the sideline, going to be caught in bounds. Nice job from Abdul Moss to keep the ball in, and hey, it's 2nd and 6.
Fun little fact here. Newsome this is his last game as a Regulator. He got the boot. So trying to get one last little show in for the fans here in Tulsa, and they certainly helping him out tonight.
He's going to get the boot, and he's going to have to take the car to the other team. Throws over the middle, caught, touchdown. And the Regulators have deaded in the water to being up by 2 scores.
Wow. This team has come out in this half with a vengeance. this team's looking like a completely new team after the first half struggles. Darnell Fisher, he must have heard what we said about him, just like Chaga, and he's been on point in this half. About to be 31-20. Wolfpack need to start doing something.
Let's see with the extra point. Snaps low, kicks away, and it's going to be blocked! The ball is still alive! Oh, no, it's not. Nope, I'm dumb.
That's a big extra point here because that makes it a field goal and touchdown game and not needing a 2-point conversion. So that could end up playing a factor here at the end of this one. We'll see.
Yeah, and now the over has been hit in this ball game. So if you were taking the over in this game, congratulations. I don't know, go get yourself a free Dairy Queen or something.
You win nothing. Congratulations.
Kick is away, but hey, you know what? At least they can probably like reward themselves with a good old blizzard. And oh, that was a little bit of a finicky pickup there from Finn James, as I almost called him by the inverse again. As he's going to take it up to the 20-yard line, nothing more, nothing less.
Well, Finn there gave Jake a heart attack with that little bit of a bobble there on the little awkward pickup there, but it worked out, and now the Wolfpack need to get something going because with how the Regulators are doing, this defense hasn't been able to stop them in the second half.
Very deep drop, and it's going to go up into the air. That one could have been picked off. You know, the Wolves were lucky throughout the majority of this game, and it seems to be their luck's run out.
It certainly has. It seems like that the good bounces that went their way in the first half, they didn't capitalize on the bounces that went their way in the first half. Now it's coming back to bite them in the second half, and Peterman just looks a little bit lost. Too much pressure. He needs some more time. This offensive line needs to step up.
Short drop. Throws. It's going to be nearly intercepted again. That one could have been a pick six had that one came down. Nathan Peterman Jr. really, he's forcing throws that you should not even be thinking about doing as a quarterback.
That's the thing about Nathan Peterman. When he's hot, he is the best quarterback in the league, hands down. But right now is when you rip your hair out as an offensive coordinator or a coach, is when he starts forcing throws unnecessarily.
Going to be another deep drop from Peterman, and he's going to just go down with a sack. And the Regulators this quarter, I mean, if they were playing like this all game, they'd be up 50-60-0 right now.
That is the 6th sack of the day for the Regulators. Nathan Peterman, good thing he's young and spry because there's going to be some bruises there tomorrow. He cannot feel good after being hit this many times in the game. It's been a long season for him when it comes to that. Over under, do you think that he's going to be able to get to the 50-yard line?
I don't know. Let's see what he can do. Punt is away, and it's going to be a hard no. Barely made it across the 40. And now the Regulators are going to set up shop at the 34-yard line.
And Jake went up from Wolfpack started this game up 17-7, and it's been all downhill from there for them.
First and 10 from the 34-yard line.
3 wide to the bottom, 1 wide to the top. Gonna be a short drop. Looking around is Fisher. Fisher going down with a sack. And for once, the Wolfpack have some luck go their way this quarter.
Gabriel Jubson with the big-time sack. If I'm the Regulators, honestly, I want to feed it to Jogger maybe a little bit. Keep it safe. Don't turn the ball over. You need to play conservative and make the Wolfpack make mistakes as they have all game.
Gonna be another deep drop from Fisher. Fisher going over the middle. Caught! Gain of a massive gain down to the 21. And now they got some more.
Well, they didn't listen to my coaching advice, but maybe that's why Regulators are 4-1 and I'm not. It seemed to work out for them on that one as Abdul Malas found the soft spot, beat Charles Fontaine once again. That was a nice play.
First and 10 from 308 to 21-yard line.
3 wide to the top, 1 wide to the bottom. Going to be a handoff to Jaga Bettis, and Bettis, he had no room to run, could not do anything. Loss of 3 on the play.
That was a pathetic attempt at blocking there from the offensive line. It seemed like the entire defense was in the backfield as soon as he got the ball, but he still managed to turn that into not a terrible loss, but even still, not even Jaga Bettis could make that work.
Gonna be another handoff to Jaga Bettis right up the middle, and Jaga Bettis making up for it and more. He's gone. Touchdown, Regulators. 36-20. They are running away with this game.
Oh my word! What a run from Jaga Bettis. He said, "Sit down, son," on that stiff arm. Bounced out to the outside, and he was gone. That's the Jaga we missed all game, and we said he needed to show up in the second half for them to make a comeback, and he has showed up in a big way. 36-20 Regulators.
So they had the last one blocked. Let's see if they can go 2 for 2 on this Green Bay PAT defense. Snap is low, kick is away, and it is good. 37-20. The Regulators have come alive.
Well, folks, don't touch that dial. This game's starting to get out of hand, but with a team like the Wolfpack, that could change in an instant. So, you're going to have to stick to this one to the very, very end because a lot can happen here at the WFA.
Kicking off. James deep to receive.
Here we go. Kick is away. And it's going to be fielded at around the 2-yard line. Taking it past the 10, 15, up past the 20. And it's going to go down. Ball on the 21-yard line, 1st and 10.
There's no way you can leave this drive without points if you're the Wolfpack. Nathan Peterman needs to do whatever he needs to do, listen to music, zone ins, pray, push-ups, yoga, whatever he needs to do to get himself in the zone. He needs to do it right now, and they need points on this drive.
2 wide at the top for Nathan Peterman Jr. Very deep drop, throws the sideline. That one was way out of bounds. He was out of bounds when he threw the ball. Never mind when the ball got to him.
That pressure from the outside once again, just speeding up that internal clock for Peterman, forced him to throw it a little quicker than he'd like.
2nd and 10.
Second and 10. Another deep drop. Throws over to the middle. Now it's up in the air. Still up around. Gonna go to the ground, incomplete. 3rd and 10.
Peterman just kind of chucking it up there, hoping for the best. You got to have a better read than that in this situation. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 10 from 308 to 21-yard line.
3rd and 10 now. Gonna be another very deep drop. Throws over the middle. That was caught! What a grab! Running to the end zone. He is gone! The Wolfpack have finally responded, and Colin Taylor is the source of the response.
CT15 shows up in a big way. Finally catches a post route, and they needed that one. He burned the safety big time. And he was gone, no doubt about that. Now they're going to need a good stop from the defense. But this game is far from over, folks. As we just saw here, this game can change in a hurry.
McGee is back for the point after. Riley will hold the kick.
So now with the extra point pending, the score would be 37-27. Kick is away, and it is going to be good. 37-27 is the score with 6 minutes and a second remaining on the clock. This game still is not decided. And it seems to be they will still go with a conventional kickoff from the looks of it. Yeah, they will. Still way too much time to start risking it like that.
This defense is going to have to stop Jaga on this play because we all know it's going to be to Jaga probably at least half of this plays on this drive. And so you got to stop him.
As he ran to the outside there, and he's going to get tackled at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Regulators at this point. You got to just, again, yeah, like as you said, they need to just assert control over this drive. You know, control the clock, burn the clock out. Like, just destroy it. Leave no time for the Wolfpack to really do anything.
You cannot make a mistake here. You cannot give the Wolfpack an extra possession here.
Going to be a little toss over to Jaga Bettis. And, well, for the first play of the drive, the Wolfpack do a good job. They limited Jaga Bettis, actually caused him to lose a yard.
Yeah, that's what they're going to need for 2 more plays here. They got to get the ball back to their offense. Cannot allow a point, and they can't really allow a long drive either. They need all the time they can get.
Empty backfield, very deep drop. Gonna go over the middle, and that one's gonna be. Was that caught? Yes, that was caught.
Wow, Jackson Stover is just putting Cooper Stover, excuse me, just put on a clinic today at tight end, showing how to run tight end. I cannot believe that he got that away from Aaron Crosby. But this is exactly the worst case scenario for the Wolfpack. You gotta keep him out of field goal range. A field goal here, about, well, does it ice it? Not quite, but it makes it much more challenging.
Handoff up the middle for Jaga Bettis, and Jaga is going to gain about a yard or two. They're going to say just 1, 2nd and 9.
Going back to that running, it's hard as if you're the Wolfpack right now because you want to cheat up and try to stop Bettis, but the Regulars have shown they have no fear throwing over the top to Stover. So, what do?
3 wide to the bottom, 1 to the top. Gonna be a little pitch out to Bettis once again. Bettis sheds a tackler. Not gonna shed 2 though. 3rd and 10. Ball's right back at midfield.
The pitch play has not worked for the most part tonight. This Wolfpack defense has done a good job with their open field tackling for the most part, but this is a big 3rd down. They need to stop here.
Oklahoma, a few first downs away from victory. Handoff to Bettis right up the middle. Bettis gets tackled right as he stood up there. A massive open field tackle, and now the Regulators are going to have to punt it away.
Massive stop there from the Green Bay Wolfpack. Get the ball back. Now you just need to keep some of the momentum. Maybe go back to that same well of CT15 on the post. But either way, this is what's coming up is a big drive for the Wolfpack.
Still burning all the clock is the Regulators. Going to take it to under 3 minutes remaining in the ball game. Kick is away. Field it around the 15. Going to get up to the 16 or 17 yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack, and a do or die drive.
This drive right here is the game. If you're the Wolfpack, if you don't get points here, you can pretty much start packing up the plane to go home. Nathan Peterman, he needs to dig in that well and pull out another fourth quarter comeback out of his pocket if they're gonna keep this one alive.
Deep drop from Peterman, deep throw over the middle, and that one was nearly picked off. Tried to go for the play that worked well before. Not going to go for it twice. Second down and 10. 2:47 remaining on the clock.
Yeah, they tried to go the same one this time. They tried to run it with Tyler Holmes on the outside and just did not work. He didn't have enough arm strength, didn't have enough speed, and 3 defenders there, and not a good read.
Second and 10 from the away team, 18-yard line.
(37-27). Going to be another deep drop from Peterman, looking around, and he's going to be hit. Major sack. 3rd and 18. They need 18 yards in 2 plays in order to realistically keep the game alive. Another deep drop, and oh, he evades pressure, gets the ball off, and the man on the reception, Larry Brothers, keeps it and actually steps out of bounds. 4th and 6. They probably aren't going to go for this one.
Wow, what a play from Nathan Peterman to give his team a chance. I hope to see the offense on the field here, and we do. But that play from Nathan Peterman to keep a realistic hope, huge play by him.
It all comes down to this. Short drop from Peterman. Throws over. Caught. He's got room in for the first down. And yes, he will get it across the 30 up to the 32-yard line. And the Wolfpack can temporarily breathe a sigh of relief from Walter Fox.
Well, generic Walter Fox made a huge play right there. That's a clutch catch from him to keep the drive alive and keep the Wolfpack chances still breathing.
Three wide to the bottom, 1 wide to the top. Deep drop. Throws over the middle, and that one's going to be caught. The Wolfpack are still in it, folks. Down to the 20. And they're probably not going to get up to the line in time for the 2-minute warning. But, oh, man, everyone's hauling butt. They're all hauling.
See if they can get the play out for 2-minute warning.
That they will. Peterman goes over the middle. Nice little catch. Gain of 7. And with 2 minutes remaining, less than, the ball's in Oklahoma's 13. It's 37-27. Don't go anywhere, folks. This game still has the makings of an instant classic here on the WFA Network.
That it does. What a play from Colin Taylor, coming in clutch once again. If only he could come in clutch in the Gem Bowl.
Going to be a nice little throw. Going to be across the first down. No, they aren't. They're not going to give it to him. 3rd and inches. 2 plays to gain a yard. That's all they need. Short drop from Peterman. Throws, and that threading the eye of the needle. 1st and goal from the 6. 1 minute 35 and counting. Deep drop. Throws to the end zone. Back of the end zone is in. No!
18 targets for Tyler Holmes. He's been the heart and soul of this team and almost had a huge touchdown. Just couldn't quite keep his foot in bounds. Stops the clock though, so that does help. They can regroup a little bit. We got 3 chances to get this one in.
Second and goal. Deep drop, and it's going to be sacked on the play. 3rd and 10, or 3rd and goal, and now the Wolfpack have to burn their first time out.
That is a killer sack in so many ways, because now if the Wolfpack don't recover the onside kick, the game is over. Because they can't call timeouts to slow down the Regulators. A touchdown here is preferable, but if you don't get it, you got to kick the 3 points to make it a 7-point game. This is a big play.
Then we throw to the end zone. Is it caught? Yes, it is! Touchdown, Fitzgerald! The Wolfpack! They're still in it! This game is not over, folks.
Can the miracle happen? Fitzgerald certainly believes he can. What a throw, what a catch from Fitzgerald. One-handed snag, that was behind him, but managed to snag it in there. And this game is an extra point away from a field goal game.
McGee is back for the point after. Riley will hold the kick.
This extra point means a lot more than your standard extra point. If it's made, they're within 3. Kick is up, and it is through. 34-37, and now's the time for the onside kick unit to come out to the field.
And now we're going back to that missed extra point from the Regulators. It's coming in big now. In a huge way, that extra point mattered. But this kick is the game right here.
Everything comes down to this. Here we go, folks. Regulators, they're going to win the ball game.
What a game from the Regulators and from the Wolfpack. Couldn't quite get the bounce they wanted, but what a game. This has been, barring something crazy, it looks like the Regulators will win, but this has definitely been worthy of game of the week. It has been a back and forth struggle through and through. These are two teams you're going to see in the playoffs.
Well, now the Regulators, they just need one more first down, or maybe like just burn a couple timeouts, hand off to Jaga Bettis. Bettis, he's got some room to up, turns it up, and is going to force the Wolfpack to burn a second timeout.
Now, that's an interesting question, Jack. If the Wolfpack managed to stop him here on second down, is there enough time on the clock that they can theoretically get the ball back?
Just barely, I think. It would depend on how long the Regulators take on this next play, but best case scenario, it would be just barely enough.
Looks like it's that toss play once again out of the shotgun.
Doing a handoff to Jaga Bettis right up the middle, and they're going to get that stop. Minute and 10 seconds, so 70 seconds. They may not have enough time.
It looks like it's gonna be awfully close if they do. Maybe one play left, but either way, it's been a fantastic game from both these squads, and Regulators really, they showed the grit needed to take this one.
And yeah, they're going to take their first knee, 4th down and 3. Regulators going to come out and kick the field goal. And it would leave about 30 seconds on the clock. Of course, barring anything
They're
crazy.
going to punt it.
Do what?
Deep to receive.
All right. They clearly have more confidence in their team than their punting unit than I have in their kicking unit. I mean, hey, they missed a PAT, so what can I say?
Well, this game ain't over, folks. We're going to get the ball back with 30 seconds, and we know the Wolfpack can score in 30 seconds. So, hold on to your seats. This could have an interesting ending.
Kick is high, and let's see if they can get it into the coffin corner. Going to take a bounce right down to the 5, maybe the 4. They're going to say the 6. So 94 yards in 23 seconds. This is basically Hail Mary time.
Hey, I mean, that's almost the entirety of the Wolfpack's playbook anyways. So, a poster out to Colin Taylor once again. That could go 95 yards. The Wolfpack have all the teams to make this happen. The Wolfpack have the tools to make it happen, but and they're out in the right formation for this on first down.
Throws over to the sideline. It's going to be one of those Hail Mary setup plays. Gets them a few yards of comfort. Maybe see 1 or 2 more of those, and then it's going to be a nice loft to the end zone.
I want to see one of those post routes that they got that touchdown on earlier. The CT touchdown to pull within 3. I'd like to see one of those. I think that is their best shot right now.
Short drop. Throws over to the sideline once again. Going to keep it in bounds. 3rd and 3. Kind of interesting they're going with this. But again, it's all to set up for that massive bomb.
Yeah, I can't say I totally understand these short out routes here when you got 94 yards to go in 23 seconds, but hey, maybe they have a plan.
I mean, if they can get the first down here, then it would definitely make things a lot easier. Short drop. Throws over the middle. What was that? They need to get to the line. They need to spike it. Oh, it's going to be a race against time. Can he do it? Setting the line. 3, 2. Oh, he barely gets the spike off in time. Oh.
Well, it all comes down to this one play. What will the coaches pull out? You got to pull your best play out of here right now. If any team is going to pull this off, it would be the Wolfpack. But this has been a wild ride.
37-34. It all comes down to one final play. Short drop, and it's hit as he throws. The Regulators are going to hold on to win.
Wow, how fitting that the last play would be a hit on Nathan Peterman. This defensive line has been all over this Green Bay offense all day. It's been the story of this one, and this has been one for the ages.
Yeah, an all-time classic. 522 passing yards from the Wolfpack. I mean, again, we all know they love the air raid, but you could argue that it may have been their Achilles heel this game.
Yes, yeah, interesting. Little tidbit you might not know is in the last 2 seasons, the Wolfpack are winless when allowing over 31 points. They lost to Jackson when they gave up over 31 points. They lost to Vegas in the regular season. They gave up over 31 points. They lost to Voodoo in the playoffs. They gave up over 31 points. This season, they gave up to Ghost. They gave up over 31 points. They lost. And tonight, they gave up over 31 points. And they lost. So this team, they put up points, but they struggle in shootouts for some odd reason. And it seemed to come back to bite them once again.
They could have had it if they just thrown downfield a little bit more on that last drive. But for the Regulators side of things, it's really, one of their first major tests in the WFA, and they lived up to it. And really, you can't knock them for it.
Yeah, this team's definitely moving on to number 2 in the power rankings. And they earned it. They completely deserve it. This team is solid, start to finish. This team's complete. They know how to win close games. They know how to win shootouts. They've shown that they can blow a team out. They can beat them in a low-scoring game. They can beat them in a high-scoring game. They're one of the most complete squads in the WFA this season.
Yeah, meanwhile, of course, for the Wolfpack, as you said, the defense, it just never seems to hold up in these games where it's all going to be points all the time. After this, next week, they play the Corn Kings. That's sure to be an interesting game for the Regulators. Meanwhile, for the Wolfpack, their next outing's going to be next week as they take on none other than hey Liam, guess who you're playing next?
Oh, I get to play. That's a great game. That's going to be the game of the year right there. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, any one of those times that you see an old guy taking on the new guy, it's always fun. These old revenge games.
Revenge is great, and I have the advantage of knowing basically the exact playbook I'm playing since I helped create it. So if I can't stop it, then I don't know what to say.
Well, let's see who the player of the game honors goes to. It's going to be Darnell Fisher, the man who is probably on the hot seat for this week. Shows his prowess, and he will probably hold on to his job for another week, don't you think?
I think so. He played well. He brought his team up when it mattered. First half was a little bit rough, but he settled down the second half. He made the throws he needed to, and he came in clutch for this team tonight.
So that brings us to the end of tonight's Game of the Week coverage for the WFA here on Twitch. The Oklahoma Regulators beat the Green Bay Wolfpack 37-34. I'm Jack P. alongside Liam Hammer. We say so long. Have a wonderful Wednesday evening.